Other growth sectors we are focusing upon are the health and life science sectors. We're already well positioned. Our local institutions are at the forefront of innovation. Windsor Regional Hospital has been recognized for 2 consecutive years the Ontario Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care's Innovations Expert. And this year it received the Access to Care Leading Practice Award at the Health and Chief Awards, a global healthcare conference. Hotel Dieu Grace was the first hospital in Ontario to pioneer Toyota's lean manufacturing principles. Their work has reduced wait times, improved patient care, and served as a case study for others across Ontario and across Canada. The University of Windsor, a data navigation system was developed by a team led by Dr. Robert Kent and Dr. Ann Snowden in partnership with the local health integration network. Their system helps to determine where health services are needed and what health needs in the community should be prioritized. The resulting graphic analysis is delivered in 3 to 4 seconds. That's tremendous and will be hugely beneficial to a provincial health system in desperate need of efficiencies. Our university will graduate its first class of 24 students from the Shula School of Medicine and Dentistry this year. And I'm proud. And like you, I'm so proud of the very first graduating class of Windsor Medical Students. We're building on these accomplishments, which brings me to our second new investment opportunity. My office has been in active discussions for the past several months to land a new investment that will create new high-paying jobs in the pharmaceutical sector. But don't think pharmaceutical in the traditional sense. Medical isotopes. Medical isotopes here in Windsor. This groundbreaking medical innovation. Windsor will become home to technologies that accelerate and support the development of drugs, therapies, disease identification, and treatment. We're competing for this investment. It's down to us and someone else. And Council will be asked to play a role to support this project. And we hope to have a go or no-go decision as soon as this summer. Cutting-edge medical technology. This is what we want in our city, in our region. Aviation health sciences. The third opportunity that we're pursuing is the renewable energy sector. Specifically related to an opportunity where the green energy sector intersects with our traditional strengths in the automotive manufacturing. By now, through media reports, social media, you've likely heard stories of me traveling to unknown secret locations. Well, what is true is that we've been in talks with a Chinese company called BYD, or Build Your Dreams. BYD is quite something. Allow me to share their story with you. In 1995, Shenzhen, China, BYD chairman Mr. Wang Shuangfu was able to raise about $300,000 from his friends and relatives. He rented about 5,000 square feet of space, and he set out on his dream to manufacture a new kind of rechargeable battery. 14 years later, he turned that initial investment of $300,000 into $6 billion of revenue for his company. BYD is now listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. They employ 200,000 people, nearly the size of our city, at 11 separate facilities with more than 161 million square feet. They grew quickly. Within 10 years, BYD captured more than half of the world's mobile phone battery market. And they became the world's 4th largest manufacturer of rechargeable batteries of all kinds. You're using the products every single day at home and at work. You're using the products you don't even know. BYD supplies companies like Toshiba, Apple, Canon, Nokia, Stanley, Black & Decker, Motorola, Sony Ericsson, and Samsung. Then in 2003, BYD bought a Chinese state-owned car company. That's when they began to realize how they could use their advanced battery technology to solve the energy needs of cities, to improve the environment by using solar farms to capture energy, or to use battery storage systems to harness that energy. And of course, the obvious, the electrification of transportation. As you may have heard, we're in active negotiations with BYD. We're working with BYD to establish a facility to assemble for the North American market buses right here in our city, in our region. In return, Windsor could become the first Canadian city. We become the first Canadian city to green our transit fleet. Clean, green, electric-powered transit vehicles operating at a fraction of our current cost with zero carbon emissions, leading the way in North America. Think about it. Where do you see these buses? We replace our fleet, add modern technology like Wi-Fi on our buses, and save operationally on fuel costs, have zero emissions from our public transportation, create new high-tech jobs, both at the new facility and in the supply chain. Why wouldn't we? Windsor's working hard to become a renewable energy leader, to build upon successes like CS Wind. Attracting BYD would build upon our renewable energy strategy. And I would like to thank everyone on our team for their continued efforts to make this possibility a reality. I can't begin to thank them for their dedication, the number of hours I've taken them away from their families to help us to make this possible. I'd like to recognize the dedicated employees at our Enron group of companies under the leadership of Max. Thank you. I'd like to thank the dedicated employees at Transit Windsor under the leadership of Penny. Thank you. As well as a team from BYD who've been here, working with us every single day, side by side. Jasmine, thank you. We look forward to making to our friends in Shenzhen that are listening on AM 800, thank you. We look forward to making BYD a household name here in Windsor, partnering with them to make BYD public transit and energy solutions a reality in North America. And I caution these are complex and very involved discussions. There's much work to be done over the next month to get both parties to the point where we are able to move forward to the next step. The city's being prudent in the implementation because we recognize some of these leading-edge technologies have not yet been proven here in North America. And that is precisely why we are using a piloting process. That's why we're piloting these projects, to advance the commercialization of the technologies here in Canada. Both BYD and the city agree that the pilot testing of these products in Windsor will help facilitate the future investment in plant and equipment by BYD when we are ready to go to market. If you're curious and you want to see some technology in action, 30 LED street lights on Jefferson, on Sunset, and on Venetian Avenue as part of one of our projects. We expect our first electric pilot buses to be ready for early summer. By early summer, we hope to have a couple buses on the street to welcome your feedback and for our negotiations to have completed by the end of the year. It's my hope that in addition to the hundreds of jobs that would come with BYD's manufacturing facilities and supply chains, that Windsor would also become BYD's North American test market for its latest technologies. Fourth opportunity that we're pursuing is in the tourism and hospitality sector. Tourism continues to be one of the largest and fastest growing industries in the world. An industry where we've had traditional strength but need to continuously build new offerings and reach out to new markets. Our best year for tourism was 1999, the first full year after the opening of our casino, when we welcomed 9.1 million visitors, and they spent $805 million in our regional economy. Our worst year was 2008, only 3.9 million visitors, spending $404 million. That's as far back as the stats go. Much of that decline, as we know, is based on fewer visitors from one single market, the United States. The high Canadian dollar, the high gas prices, passport requirements remain major barriers to same-day travelers. City Council and I intend to position Windsor once again as a premier tourist destination by pursuing investments in new attractions. And your council already has played a critical role in the development of sports tourism with the investment in the WFCU Center. and the Family Aquatic Center, and by supporting major sporting events like the Belle Isle Grand Prix, the International Children's Games, and the Roseland Charity Golf Classic. I'd like to recognize the athletes and coaches and family members who will be participating in this year's games in Daegu, South Korea. Where are our athletes and coaches? They're all in uniform.